This is Testicular Fortitude on the Manlihood ManCast.
Are you ready to live life to the full? Are you ready to rise up and live a life of honor? Are you ready to boldly step into a life of courage? This is the Manlihood ManCast, and here's your host, Josh Hatcher.
Have you ever needed to circumcise a gnat, but your Walmart knife from 13 years ago just isn't cutting it? Pun intended. Well, HAINES Knives is here to fix that. Travis Haines is a bladesmith that offers custom handcrafted knives, anything from personal everyday carries to kitchen knives. Find your new favorite knife at hainesKnives.com/mancast or follow Travis over on social media at BirdForge and let him know we sent you. That's HAINES Knives.com/mancast. And again, over at BirdForge on social media. Gentlemen, welcome to the Manlihood ManCast. I'm your host, Josh Hatcher. And today, this is Testicular Fortitude. It's our once-a-month historical portrait of a man with balls. Today, we're going to talk about John Muir. And yeah, he's got a fantastic story, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about it. Before we do, though, I just want to invite you, men. If you want to level up as a man, we've got just the thing for that to happen. It's called the Arrows and Iron Brotherhood. This is where you are going to become a better husband, a better father, a better leader. We're going to give you the tools and the connections to help you do that. So go to manlihood.com/brotherhood. John Muir was known as John of the Mountains, which is a moniker that I'm sure captured the heart of this Scottish-American naturalist. John Muir's adventuresome heart reflects the courage and wanderlust of a man with testicular fortitude. A philosopher, zoologist, botanist, glaciologist, and an advocate for the preservation of the North American wilderness, he earned the title Father of National Parks. Born in Scotland, John endured many whippings from his father for pursuing anything other than Bible studies. Those pursuits included exploring the forests and the coastline and fighting. His family moved to Wisconsin when he was 11, and he later went on to drop out of college with enough chemistry, botany, and geology knowledge to devote to study the wilds. He took a job in an Indianapolis wagon wheel factory, and his innovation and creativity helped him move up to the role of supervisor. But then a freak accident would change the course of his life. A file slipped and cut his cornea, and he spent the next several weeks recovering in a dark room, hoping that he would regain his sight. That pivotal moment in the darkness caused him to reevaluate his purpose. Muir said, "This affliction has driven me to the sweet fields. God has to nearly kill us sometimes to teach us lessons." And then he devoted his life to exploration. He set off on a 1,000-mile hike from Kentucky to Florida, and then he sailed to Cuba, where he studied seashells and plants, and after many other journeys, he ended up at Yosemite, where he fell in love with the land. He founded the Sierra Club, which would advocate for the preservation of Yosemite and other places that would go on to become national parks. He personally guided President Teddy Roosevelt on a tour of Yosemite, and they slept beneath sequoias and became friends. Muir's many writings describe not only the scientific observations of nature, but a theological and philosophical perspective that viewed nature as straight from the hand of God. I'm honoring John Muir as a man with testicular fortitude, not only for his passion for nature, but for his ferocity in preserving it. At a time when the Industrial Revolution was in full swing, and progress and expansion required more and more from our natural resources, Muir fought back and advocated not that progress should necessarily cease, but that wilderness itself was a virtue and worth preserving. I'll end with this quote from John Muir. "Keep close to nature's breasts. and break clear away once in a while and climb those voluptuous mountains, or spend a week deep in the woods. Wash yourself clean. Seriously, wash yourself. You could get a disease or something. Gentlemen, I hope this story of testicular fortitude from John Muir has encouraged you. If you have testicular fortitude and you want to embrace your life of courage, you need to join our elite group of powerhouse men. We're changing the world. Just go to manlihood.com/brotherhood. Hey, don't forget that this episode is brought to you by HAINES Knives. Here's more. Have you ever needed to circumcise a gnat, but your Walmart knife from 13 years ago just isn't cutting it? Pun intended. Well, HAINES Knives is here to fix that. Travis Haines is a bladesmith that offers custom handcrafted knives, anything from personal everyday carries to kitchen knives. Find your new favorite knife at HAINESknives.com/mancast or follow Travis over on social media at BirdForge and let him know we sent you. That's HAINES knives.com/mancast. And again, over at BirdForge on social media.
If you want to be a better man, check out our website, manlihood.com, for blogs, videos, and more from our Manlihood team. And you can also join our private Facebook group, Manlihood ManCave, where you can meet up with a band of brothers who will challenge you and help you on your journey of manhood. This episode's produced by Hatcher Media for manlihood.com. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you're listening to the show. Tune in again for more of the Manlihood ManCast.